Will Smith has publicly apologized for slapping Chris Rock at the Oscars. Now, it was after Rock made a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith's bald head. She has a condition called alopecia, which causes hair loss. Smith said that the way he lashed out is unacceptable and inexcusable. No charges have been filed. The Academy says that it's reviewing what happened. I want to talk to comedian Chuck Nice with more on his own experiences in terms of what crosses the line, what doesn't. Is violence ever an answer to speech that someone doesn't like? Good morning. Have you ever been physically approached by somebody who didn't like your joke?
Well, I love how politely you put it, physically approached.
Yeah.
But no, the same thing that he did to Chris Rock, somebody tried to do to me. They rushed the stage. Yeah. But, here's the difference. Normally, when that happens in a club, the person is drunk. So, they have some, not an excuse, but, and you don't understand it, but it's like, okay, look at this guy. He's out of control. So, it has happened. I think we are all living in heightened tensions. I think there's no excuse for what Will Smith did. I think the worst part of it was the fact that after it was over and he had the world stage, he really could have set a precedent by apologizing to everybody in the room, apologizing to Chris Rock personally, and apologizing to the audience that witnessed that. Instead, he only apologized to the people who had some kind of power in his life, which is the Academy, whoever those people are. But to walk it back, a day or two later is just a bit disingenuous. I mean, maybe he had a chance to think about it. I can't judge him. But I just thought the whole thing was disgraceful. I know that Will Smith is beloved. I still think he's beloved. And I think that it shows the hypocrisy of Hollywood. A bunch of people standing on stage talking about how we need more inclusion and respect and peace and love and looking at the Ukraine. And then someone goes up on stage and slaps someone in a completely inappropriate manner for a joke. It wasn't like his wife was in imminent danger. It wasn't like his children were being threatened. It was a joke. He could have waited until after it was over. Everyone gets interviewed after the Oscars, whether you win or lose. And he could have taken that opportunity to say, my wife has alopecia. What Chris Rock did was completely inappropriate. He owes my wife an apology. I expect one before the end of the night. That's what you do when you're an adult. Okay, as we say to kids on the playground, use your words. How is it that we're teaching kindergartners that they can't lash out and slap another child because they don't like what they said or they feel a certain way? But yet a grown man does that in front of the entire world, and they applaud him. Standing ovation. Come on.
Yeah, and how concerning were the optics that once that all happened, you saw Chris Rock kind of look from side to side on the stage, but no security came out, and the actor did return to his seat.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, it was kind of over. Kudos to Chris Rock for being a perfect gentleman and handling that with grace and a great deal of nimble thinking, because he even made a joke afterwards. He just, well, okay. Okay. And as it was sinking in, like, that guy really just slapped me in front of the entire world. Instead of actually engaging in some type of verbal battle, instead of calling him out, he went, well, this is the greatest night in television history. He kind of sloughed it off and said, let's just go to the nominees. I thought he handled it with incredible grace and dignity.
Now, how concerned are you, apology or not, that the next time that you do a joke and someone doesn't agree with it or doesn't like it, it may be something, it may turn physical?
Well, I have to say that, I don't think about that kind of stuff before I go on stage or before I open my mouth, which kind of gets you in trouble sometimes. But I will say this. When public figures who are very prominent do things and there are no consequences, it kind of it filters down, and it makes certain people who may be on the edge and may be slightly unstable, it gives them license and makes them feel like it's okay. And we've seen this play out in many other areas in society where somebody prominent and public does something and then you see a copycat of it from somebody else. But I will say this, if you come to see Chuck Nice, I am licensed to carry in every state. No, I'm joking. I don't have any firearms. I have nothing.
Is there anything?
I run fast.
Okay. Is there, when it comes to comedy, talk to me about the theory of comedy. What goes into making people laugh? And is anything off limits? People have noted that she suffers from alopecia, meaning Jada Pinkett Smith, and so people thought that that was a bad joke. But in comedy, what is the role of comedy, and is anything off limits?
So first of all, let me just say, I don't know if Chris Rock knew that or not. I didn't know it. So it's possible he didn't know it. I didn't know she had alopecia. And she's so beautiful that I thought she shaved her head as some kind of fashion thing because she looks so great. So he may have been thinking that too. And so G.I. Jane, of course, we all know, not everybody knows, you got to be pretty old to know that, Demi Moore shaved her head in that movie for the movie. So he might have been making the joke for that. However, if he did know, completely inappropriate. Is there anything off limits? Nothing's off limits if you make it funny. If you don't make it funny, then you failed. And then, of course, at that point, you got to pay a consequence. But the fact is that comedians walk up to the line all the time. That's our job, to walk up to the line and find something funny that's right on the line. And sometimes you're going to make a mistake and you're going to cross that line. But I don't think there are many comedians, maybe, I don't know any comedians who are like, how can I offend them tonight? Yeah, it's going to be a good night. Going to get a lot of people that hate me tonight. I don't know anybody like that. I don't know. You want to make people happy. You want to make them laugh,
Would you have pressed charges?
I am very litigious. So yes, because I don't have nearly the money that Will Smith has. Chris Rock is rich. Y'all may not know that, but Chris is rich. Chuck Nice, you slap me, you will be getting a court order. I'm telling you right now. Okay. My kids are going to Harvard. He would have slapped me out and been like, hey, Harvard, Dartmouth, yay. Okay.
How disconcerting or how disappointing was it for you to have somebody else from Philadelphia and do this to another comedian?
Yeah, well, I always thought that my career would culminate with me being the comedian from Philadelphia, known for slapping the hell out of people. But, Will Smith beat me to it. And then he did it to another comedian. So, okay, these are terrible jokes right now, people, because I have no desire to slap anyone ever. I'm nonviolent. And here's the thing. It was a great night for Philly, and I think that Will hijacked that feeling of Philadelphia pride by doing what he did, because Questlove won an Oscar too, another Philly product. And so,
it made for an uncomfortable moment.
Yeah, it made for a very uncomfortable moment. However, it was the most Philly thing that ever happened to the Oscars.
That's a good point. You think Will's going to be able to recover?
Yeah, people love Will Smith. I don't think this is emblematic of who he is. He's not known for going around being violent and starting problems with people. I think that what he should do is publicly get together with Chris Rock, and with Chris Rock by his side, say, this is what I want the world to know, that this is who my true character is. This man right here, I did him wrong. And I want him to be by my side while I tell all of you that I did him wrong. And Chris, I would like your forgiveness. If he does that, I think he's going to be fine. If he doesn't, then he'll do the other BS that everybody in Hollywood does, and they'll get their publicists and whomever to put out statements, and then they'll do some kind of like, I'm giving money to the anti-slapping organization. And, that's all BS. That's all BS. Get in front of a camera with Chris Rock by your side, apologize to him publicly, man to man, like a man, and then you'll have my respect.
Hey, not that all comedians know each other. By any chance, do you know Chris Rock? And have you heard from him?
I do. I know Chris Rock. And the question is, does Chris Rock know me?
Do you know who I think I am?
Yeah, Chris, do you know me, Chris? Okay, but anyway, the truth is, I know Chris on a professional level,
Got it.
in I've seen him in clubs. I have I've been in one movie with him, an Adam Sandler movie, and Chris is a great guy. He's much shyer than people would give him credit for in public, and he's funny. He's a funny person all the time. He's the type of guy that will make a joke and it lands. That one didn't, but guess what? You know, you can't bat 1,000. Nobody can.
Are you on tour right now, Chuck?
I am not. If you're in the Philadelphia area, you'll see me at Valley Forge Casino in 2 days. If you want to come out, that's fine. I'm in New York every weekend at a club somewhere. I have a show out on Disney Plus right now called Bring Games on the Road. If you have Disney Plus, please watch it. I don't care if you actually watch it. Just put it on and let it stream. Go to work. I don't care.
Right. I don't care why you watch, just watch, right? Chuck Nice, thank you for being up early and being with us today.
Well, thank you, Robin, for having me and for getting me up early and making me hate my life for it.
Nap time before you go do the casino, okay? Nap time before you go do the casino act this weekend. All right, thank you.